So the new year is just around the corner, so it's time to set your goals. But instead of just putting them in a diary that's going to go gather dust on the shelf, we're going to create a bingo card. So we can gamify your goals for the new year. This kind of thing is great if you love a to-do list and you like ticking things off or just seeing things get done. And because it's going to be on a nice sheet of paper, you can pop it somewhere that you're going to be able to see pretty consistently. So you've been reminded of what you're actually aiming to do this year. This year mine's lived just above us here on the Welsh dresser, and it'll probably be living there again this coming year. Now, as you can see, I've gone really arts and craftsy, or as arts and craftsy as I can get. I do not really have that many creative bones in my body. So we actually made a crafternoon of it and had friends round and we all did our bingo cards for the new year. So if you want to get creative, then it's a really good opportunity to do so. Now, of course, you could make it digital, but where's the fun in that? Get your arts and crafts on. I actually had a lot of fun making it like this. Now let's talk about what kind of thing is going to go in your bingo card. Well, I created 2 podcast episodes of Body Beyond the Scales to help you figure out what your goals will be for the new year. And they should be on the screen right now if Future Holly has figured out how to do that. The long and short of it is your goals for the new year should be on your bingo card. So here's the logistics of how we're going to make one. You're going to get yourself some nice high quality paper because it's going to have to withstand quite a lot of bashing around and moving around all year. We've used watercolour paper, but I don't know any more details than that because, well, it was my girlfriend's. Now, you're going to start off by drawing a 5x5 grid on your piece of paper. Now, you can get creative with how you do this, but I'm just going to draw a nice square. So there should be 25 squares in total. You're also going to want to leave a little bit of room at either side of your grid so that you can put prizes for the rows and columns. So if you've not actually sorted your goals out for the new year yet, I'd probably advise doing that first before you get to writing them out on here, because if you're anything like me, you might get a little bit stressed if you're writing things out but you're not sure you're ready to commit to them yet. So maybe start writing them out on a note first so you've got a good idea of what's going in there. So now we've got our base grid, you can decorate this however you want. You can see it's obviously boring and plain at the moment, but I'd like to add bingo down here and then whatever the relevant year is. You may be slightly more creative than me, so you do you. Now, when it comes to adding your goals in, last year I did them randomly and just stuck them wherever. Well, I collected goals into like their relevance to each other, but really it just ended up being quite random. This year, however, I've put a little bit more thought into where the goals are actually going. So this year I've put my biggest goal in the middle, and that's my complete 12 fitness events in 12 months. Then I've started to put the events around that. However, what I've done is collected them together in terms of like times of year. So as you can see in this column, I've got event 3 and event 4, which means hypothetically by the end of April I could have this column ticked off. It just means that by the end of the year I'm not collecting in like all my prizes, and actually I can experience the joy across the year. It's really up to you whether you decide that you want that structure or not, but personally I think it's going to work better. Now, whilst I've got a lot of fitness goals that I'm working towards this year, I also wanted to put some fun stuff on there, especially stuff that got me out of my comfort zone. So I've also put on mine go paddleboarding, go indoor skydiving, play piano in public, which is something that I've not done for a long time, and also some fun other goals like go to the zoo, because, well, I really want to go to the zoo and it's not something I'd make myself do otherwise. Now on to the most fun part, the prizes. Now, you obviously decide how big or small you want the prizes to be. One of the conversations that came up when we were doing this with our friends the other day was that what they were already putting on there felt like a prize. But we still like the idea of adding extra prizes on at the end, so like, what's the harm? You treat yourself more. Now for me this year, I've tried to keep them proportional to what I've achieved in that row or column. But again, it's your bingo card. You do it however you want to do it. So just for a few ideas for inspo this year, I've got go to puppy yoga, go glamping, go out for a fancy meal, go to Alton Towers, get a massage, go go-karting, which is something I want to do, have an afternoon tea, get myself a new piece of jewellery, do a bakery tour / crawl. Have you seen these crawls that people do where basically they go on a walk or a hike and they just walk to one bakery to the next? It sounds right up my street. Walking and baked goods.
Come on, we'll just follow my tummy.
Anyway, the final one is Jules gets me a mystery prize. Now, for this one, I was kind of unsure of what to put, but my girlfriend knows me best, so I basically said that she's going to get me a mystery prize. Now, these prizes are all exciting to me, but to you, they might not sound that exciting at all, so just make it something that makes you excited to do those goals. And the key thing is you've got to have some self-restraint, you can't just get it for yourself early. But this will do wonders for your motivation, and if that's something that you've struggled with this year, having that delayed gratification will actually really help. Not just in your goals, but like actually in every aspect of your life. Now, because I'm doing this with my partner, we've actually set a goal that if one of us completes our bingo cards, the other one has to take them away. And if we both complete our bingo cards, we'll get married, which was the goal this year as well, but well, that didn't happen. But the fun's in the journey, you know? Maybe I should have put get engaged on the 2026 one. Anyway, make your bingo cards look as fun as you want to make them look. Get creative, get your own design on them, well, just have fun with it. The key thing is to get this somewhere that you're going to remember it and you're going to feel excited to tick them off. So best of luck completing your bingo cards, and I'll be sharing updates on how I'm getting on in 2026. So if you want to keep up to date with that, then make sure you drop a subscribe to the channel.